Desexing, 80.4% in this study reported that their dog was desexed. So, I love that picture. What we found was that young dogs and purebred dogs were less likely to be desexed, and this may be because these dogs are used for breeding stock. The belief that desexing is good for a dog's behaviour and the belief that desexing should be mandated by law was also associated with increased rates of desexing. And if people thought that desexing was approved of by friends and family, they were more likely to desex their dog. When we look at training, this was actually the lowest compliance rate. We had 64.3% that had said they had taken their dog to formal obedience training. This is not to say that they're not training their dog. They might be doing it at home or using other methods to train their dog, but this is just attendance to formal obedience. An interesting thing we found was that higher levels of income were associated with a decreased chance of them actually taking their dog to attend training. So we think this may be associated with the fact that people receive incentives through reduced registration fees if they have taken their dog to training. So it might be an indicator that these kinds of incentives work. Level of thought was predictive of attendance to training, and perceived costs. So again, I think people that know that there are certain responsibilities, and sometimes there are, we all know if we have a dog, we've got to make sure that the dog's looked after if we go on holidays. People that are aware of these things are more likely to do these kinds of behaviours. And shared activities. So if people take their dog out more often, if they interact more with their dog, they're more likely to have reported that they had taken their dog to training. So again, approval that it should be mandated by law was associated with an increased chance of them taking their dog to a training. And if they thought that training was associated with promoting the relationship between a dog and their owner, they were more likely to take their dog to training. Socialisation, 86.6% had said that they regularly socialise their dog. Older dogs were less likely to be socialised, so it's the younger dogs that tend to go out and about. People that do more with their dog, it's common sense, I guess, if people are doing more with their dog, it's associated with socialisation, so that's no surprise. And if they thought socialisation was difficult, they were less likely to socialise their dog on a regular basis. And this might be related to the fact that, again, if they thought socialisation was approved of by friends and family, they were more likely to do so. So it may be that if friends and family don't approve, they will find socialisation difficult. So, as we can see from this study, compliance in this sample was quite high, but it was far from unanimous. So we do have a minority of people that aren't doing these management behaviours. So compliance rates actually range from 98% for confinement to 64.3% for attendance to formal obedience training. And what we found was that demographics, but most importantly attitudes, beliefs, and the relationship an owner has with their dog is related to these management practices. But the type of relationship really depends on the kind of behaviour. So, in answer, I guess people that do these management behaviours, if we want to take three things home, it's perceived support from friends and family, it's believing that compliance is easy, and it's also people that interact frequently with their dog. So if these results could be used, if we do want to improve compliance rates with these behaviours, we could look at things like using appropriate role models in advertising campaigns, because people see support from friends and family as being a predictor of management behaviours. We could look at trying to make compliance easy. So, for example, using those, in Victoria, local governments hold microchipping events at a central location, or reduced microchipping. they might be a good way to increase compliance and make compliance easy. And people that interact frequently with their dog, if we do find a causal relationship between people that do a lot of things with their dog and management behaviours, maybe we should think about encouraging people to go out and about with their dogs, maybe by putting something on the internet about dog-friendly cafes and off-leash parks and things like that. So that's all I have for you today. If you do want to talk a little bit more about it, this is just a brief overview, and I'm more than happy to discuss the results further. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. We've probably got time for just one very quick question, if there is one. No? Okay, well, as Vanessa said, if you have any questions, you can catch up with her later.